O leo ua whaatasi mai le tātou malomo mua le tātou porkalame I le nei au auli o le sunga ia Papali'i, sunga ia Peter Smith, mai le Freedom Pacific Money Transfer, joining us all the way from Samoa to talk a little bit about le aonanga, le Freedom Pacific, as well as getting to know a bit about Peter, yeah, and the history behind le tātou aonanga fau, stasi o aonanga fau, ia tutonu le tātou o tunuu, ia o lo tautuina, aua le whenga iai ngaluenga tau le lafo ino seleni, I tātou ainga from here to Samoa, yeah, joining us this afternoon here on the 65 show. If you feel lava, if I feel yatu mle nganga whaaloalo, yeah, lo sunga Papali'i, lo sunga Peter, yeah, I le nei vaenga le aso. Welcome to the show, brother.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Hello, palava. Palava.
Hey, thank you for making the time to join us on the show this afternoon. I know you're a very busy man, and so and I know the power. If I'm a pēr, kako power inga, so we'll try and catch a moment where the power doesn't go off. But thank you for making the time, Peter. As we do with all our guests that come onto the show, more tu atu lewa noa, just to give us a bit of background. Who is Peter Smith? What villages do you come from? Who you're representing? And all of that good stuff before we get into the business side of things. Malenganga whaaloalo from mole, Peter.
Yeah, first time lava mo lewa noa. Yeah, kaika ngeo. Peter Smith. Yeah, wakwa inga o mai kaukai. I apia. Kula kinga, kula kamau, sau mai o I asau. Pira masoi niko. Yeah. O kaikangi mawolo I musila, o whaunga musila, sau foi o kilo reo langa Samoa, o sau foi kama whaisinga o wala e sasongi foi ia inga ma mea wharingu ngi e whain kawha ngai a kungu.
Nālie.
Sau ama mai ngai mea rofa ma ngai mea laiki e sasongi I e soifu ma lulu inga foi o kako ngaka ma. Me se ame kaua inga ma. Raka pisingisi foi au. Ele ngai kamai me lai ki sau kam whai ngenga. Usa whaako ngere kausanga mungupu o karunga kasipi mai Samoa. O sau ama mai lau kamai pisingisi re mai papo e sau e kama whai e poisinga mengi Samoa. It's been an honor to be here in Samoa. It's been a pleasure working with our peers. And, the biggest thing is, to touch base with roots, culture. I think that's the biggest reward of what I'm doing here. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's, anything that can help us move a little bit further, get a little bit further ahead. I truly believe we should definitely give it a go. The only true failure in this world is not to have a go.
Amen.
Yes, so thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Peter. It's whalongolongo atu, sharing a bit about the business and Freedom Pacific, and it's been running for just over a year now. But before we get into that, I want to take it right back from Mole Uso. Where did your heart for, running a business come from? Has that been something that you've always been keen on since young? Like, have you always wanted to run your own business, or has it been something that's been instilled in you as, in your older years? Or give us a bit of background on that. Where does your heart for business running, business making come from?
Well, it's kind of funny that you asked that question. I mean, my father's very business orientated. My mother, not so much. But, at the end of the day, I actually, I had a lot of issues with authority, so instead of getting told what to do, it was better to just do your own thing.
Be the boss.
But I mean, in saying that, much respect for my elders, much respect for my grandmother, grandfathers, and, learn what I could learn from them. and then put it into good use, and apply it to all my business. And I mean, everybody I meet along the way, it's been, all I can say, it's been an amazing journey. I mean, the life I've come from to the life I live today, it's been amazing. And I mean, the people that I met along the way, all nationalities, all races, we only have one thing in common, and that's the common dollar. Everything else, we all the same.
Malia, lover. Tell us about, moving home. Prior to moving home, how long were you in, you were obviously living here, and what was that decision like to, it's not obviously it's not a decision taken lightly, but to make the call, okay, gonna move home, gonna start this business, and serve your family back home. What was that process like for you?
Oh, I mean, I actually grew up in Samoa. So, I went to Pisinga College, and I ended up getting a chance to go and study at Custom Boys, West Auckland. No offense.
West, let's go.
Yeah, so I mean, and I actually spent over 25 years in New Zealand. I was actually there for 25 years before I actually came back to Samoa. And then we had a reunion in Samoa, and I came back and, to reconnect with family over here. I mean, we were always connected, but just, to actually be standing on the same ground, the old stomping grounds and things like that in Samoa, it sort of, brought me back. It was like, it just, no matter what I was thinking or doing, it just drew me back home. So I mean, in New Zealand, we've done trucks for many years. We've worked in produce for many years. So I mean, like, we actually own a little truck delivery service in Auckland that we do Auckland wide. So, at the moment, the brothers are running that, and, and I've actually come back to, it was actually exporting terror that brought me back to Samoa, but.
Nice.
So I actually came here to export terror, and then next thing you know, I'm doing money transfer, it's like, but I mean, money transfer in the Pacific, like, our actual company's been in the Pacific over 2 to 3 years.
Wow.
But, because, Samoa's my home, we've been helping build it up everywhere else and saving Samoa, always save the best for last, so now that we've sort of, fully accomplished to get the green light to do business in Samoa, well, it's been actually quite rewarding in many ways. And I mean, at the same time, I'm all about the people, my heart is Samoan. I'm 100% Samoan.
Yeah.
So, in saying that, I fight for the best rates.
Nice.
Fight for a lot of things that, that will actually improve instead of fighting. The end of the day is about creating win-win situations for me. So, as long as we're all winning, then we're all happy, If someone's losing out, then someone's not happy.
Malia, lover. Tell us about Freedom Pacific and the service itself, and what does Freedom Pacific offer, the service for our people, and what makes Freedom Pacific different? Why it's not a new industry, and now it's probably one of the main industries, back home in terms of remittances and sending money back and forth. Give us a bit of background on Freedom Pacific and Leo Nalafa Peter.
Well, Freedom Pacific, it's not like your average, like, money transfer companies. I won't mention any names, but, money transfer companies. So, I mean, most money transfer companies, you actually have to go to a location or to a venue or somewhere to be able to transfer money. For us, it's just a matter of, jumping on Apple Store, download if you've got an iPhone, or jumping on Google Play if you've got an Android, and you just download the app and go through. It's got easy 4 steps, and once you're registered, then you can send money anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to actually visit any physical location. You can wake up in the morning, still in bed, and send money if you like. You know, so I mean, it's a lot easier, and I mean, as opposed to conversion rates and exchange rates and things like that, we are the most competitive. I proudly say that we hold one of the best conversion rates in Samoa. So, I mean, the whole idea is to make it easy. I mean, the whole process of transferring money, you know, a person can be sitting at my desk and, you know, 4 minutes later to 5 minutes later, she's walking out with her money and done the whole process while she was sitting at my desk talking to her loved one in New Zealand, you know,
Wow.
sending money over. So, I mean, you know, and unlike most, we also do, we're also New Zealand approved bank to bank, and we also Australian approved Pay ID.
Nice.
So, you know, because we hold quite a strong alliance internationally, you know, I just thought it was time to bring it to Samoa and, you know, let our people reap the benefits of the hard work that we've produced outside of our country. You know, and I mean, as we're talking, this is only stage 1. So, you know, there's still more to come, always more to come.
Beautiful. How can our people give us a bit of rundown in terms of Tatu La La i Samoa, le Wi-Fi ilo tūlanga lea, our people can download the app. Understand, is the app called Freedom Pacific? They can download the Freedom Pacific app on Apple Store and Google Play Store for like Android users. And then from there, in terms of our family getting the money in Samoa, talk us through that process. E asi atu I la la, pe mwhai voina whai lunga le telefoni, whamormole, Peter.
Yeah. So we actually have 2 ways of receiving money in Samoa. So when you actually go into the app, you can send it directly into their bank accounts, and they receive it in their bank account. So normally, if they send it in the morning, by lunchtime, it's already in the account. So the process is a little bit slow when it's bank to bank, just because of bank clearances and little legalization, you know, things that you have to go through. There's some of the red tape you have to break through while you're sending money to a bank account. But I mean, along the lines of straight cash pickups, well, we have 3 locations. We have our head office at Saniupi. We have a location at Samoa Car Services in Waikele, and we also have another place, YKY store in Salelonga. You know, and at the moment, we're also looking at expanding to the other side of the way, is in Aso and certain other places. But, you know, as we grow, everything will grow with it as well.
Malo Faapitoa. Thank you for that. It's really awesome to hear the different options le mo tātou atunu to tele tātou yaso nei. Everything's online, and our people are very, you know, makaanga tech savvy ka ko masangi whainga online banking, matulanga whapea. So it's nice to hear, you know, it's a service that taule oia tinamata mai whale o loa, you know, to go and bank out the cash and send it via in person and whaianga pingi o mai ke mile lunga ke whongia. How can our people get in touch with you, Peter, for anyone who might want to reach out for questions or any further queries regarding le au nanga tātou Freedom Pacific whamonamone?
Yep. So, I mean, you can message us directly through, we have a Facebook page, Freedom Pacific Samoa. So I think that's the easiest way, or you can also jump onto like Freedom Pacific Samoa. You can jump into a link to our website, Freedom Pacific. So, I mean, there's multiple ways to get a hold of us, but the easiest is for direct contact. You know, 24/7, we're always available. So, you know, we always have 2 to 3 people monitoring the Facebook Messenger and things like that to answer any questions, or anything like that. And I mean, the people who actually monitor are Samoans. So there's no, so, you know, you don't have to be in English and pai puenga pa Samoa. Pule hau ilo nganganga ke pāmanga pa hau ke me kompai contact mai mākou ai.
Malo. Beautiful. Malo whawhitai. Yeah, to never know, lo sunga Peter, if there's any final words you want to share or any, you know, anything else you want to say, any shout outs and lofangas you want to make to any of your family who might be listening in. But yeah, to never know lo sunga, wasa usau noonga whai ua e whamaina ta whata noonga nei vai ngaleaso.
Yeah, I'll keep a taila ba maria pangoi. Special shout out to Derek Saw and Freedom Morris in Samoa. And special shout out to my wife Claudia Smith, New Zealand. And David Lee. So thank you very much, everyone.
Malo.
Yeah, for
Malo whawhitai, thank you for making the time this afternoon, Peter. We appreciate it. Mantua le au nanga le Freedom Pacific. Yeah, e mawhai na maua I lunga o le Facebook, Freedom Pacific Samoa. Mo la tō fia la fuina tupe whai ngō fia lava. Freedom Pacific I lunga lau App Store. Mo la tō lo whai le iPhone, Apple Store, mga mau le Freedom Pacific. Google Play, le Freedom Pacific Agent App. Download it now. Whai ngō fia lava. Lafo le tupe I Samoa. Yeah, fio ane I tō ainga I sa le longa, pa sa le ufi, po vai tele. Yeah, e tala mai ai le I se leni o la foina. Tal tono le maua seisi ava noa, tātou te whasoa I foi, mau ili foi le au nanga le Freedom Pacific. Yeah, I se aso I luma, e mole te minei. Thank you, lo sunga Papali'i, lo sunga Peter, thank you for making the time. And manuia lava I tute, ma whiaua lo whiangai ma lo sunga. Ia, me se ia ngā luenga lo toi mole neiva I aso soifua mai manuia.